G'day, I'm Jesso and I'm converting this 2016 Ford Transit into a motorhome. In today's episode, I'll be installing the gas box. I'm going to be showing you how to cut your hole out and install your gas box to hold your gas cylinder. And also what not to do, because there's a few mistakes in there. Let's get into it. So in Australia, the regulation for installing gas into your van needs to be in an enclosed box that is only accessible from the outside. For safety purposes, you're just not allowed to have any gas escaping into the living area, because obviously it can kill you. So because we want to do everything correctly and get it registered as a motorhome, you just purchase this fiberglass gas box from DIY RV Solutions and it's about $410. We got the universal box because they don't make a Ford Transit custom made one. If you got a Sprinter, even an older Ford Transit, they do the custom shapes to fit the contour of your van. Otherwise, you just buy a universal one. You just got to cut the lip down to make it fit to the contour of your van. So before I cut another hole, I just wanted to build a mounting plate for the gas bottle, just so when we're driving off-road or down any bumpy roads, it's not gonna bounce around or anything, because that's the last thing you want your gas bottle to do. So just wanna have it nice and secured. So the way I'm doing that is cut a square out of 12mm ply, 300 by 300 to fit the inside width of the box. But what I discovered is the inside of the box actually tapers in on either side. So I just cut a little taper on each side. Also, the corners of the box actually have a nice sort of round curve to it. So instead of just having a square piece sort of not fit too well in there, I just sanded the bottom of it just to match the curvature. Now that fits nice and snug in there. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to mount another piece of wood on the back and that'll hold my strap in. So my gas box is all finished. I just left it overnight to dry. So now it's all nice and secure. Sick little strap, hold the gas bottle in. This is where I'm going to install it, in between the wheel arch box, and this is the bed frame. There's also some ground wires down here that I had to relocate. So I just moved them up the top here, which will give me enough clearance for my box to go in. What I'm going to do now is just drill a pilot hole in the middle, just to get my bearings on the other side. After I drilled my pilot hole, I then went to the outside of the van to mark out the dimensions of the box, and so I did that, and then lunch was served. Oh shit. Fucked up yesterday. As I was cutting the hole out, doing the top bit, I accidentally cut through some wires. Luckily, they're only the ground wires. They were actually the ones that I relocated, and I thought I moved out of the way. Obviously, didn't move them out of the way enough. What I probably should have done was zip tied them completely out of the way. I think using the angle grinder would have been better to do this job instead of the jigsaw. Too many contours, and the saw blade just went too far in, so it's a fixable job. All I got to do is solder them back together. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I managed to fix all my wires that I cut through. Easy fix, there was no need to worry. Soldered them back together, heat shrinked them and electrical taped them all back up. So there's no bare wires or anything now, it's all back to how it was. This is a bit wobbly, so I'm just going to zip tie that all so it's nice and firm up against there. And then that way it just takes out all the movement of the wires, so they'll never ever ever come apart. And then I discovered the problem that the door magnet, which holds the barn doors open, the lip of the gas box covers half of that. There was a few problems, but I've managed to get it fitting in there now. I'll show you. You see here that it's going to cover half that magnet. I've got to cut out the contour of the van anyway because it's shaped a bit weird. But I'm also going to have to try and contour this bit as well, which is going to be quite difficult, I reckon. But yeah, just an added challenge. So I don't know, we'll see how we go, eh? So I used my contour gauge to get the shape of the magnet. I then transferred that shape onto the lip of the box. I then used the multi-tool to cut through the fiberglass, as it's a bit cleaner than using a jigsaw. As I was doing this, Dom used the file to file back the metal and then give it a nice paint to stop it from rusting. Alright, so now we're pretty much up against that as much as we can. So I've just got a scrap piece of ply and just cut a little point on it and drilled a little hole for my pen to sit through. So now I'm just going to follow the contour of the van and mark a line across the edge there. Alright, lunchtime. Thank you, Dom. These are the best wrap known to man. There's a couple of secret ingredients which makes them the best. One is the corn chips, gives it that crunch, but the other one is the secret sauce. I'm not going to give away the secret sauce unless you like, share and subscribe. Nah, just leave a comment if you want to know what the secret sauce is. Honestly, this is better than KFC. That is saying something. I could probably sell this recipe to KFC. Big ups to Dommy, always cooking me delicious meals. It's what's getting me through this van build. This is definitely the highlight of my day. So my first cut of my contour didn't sort of work out exactly how I wanted it. So it took me a few attempts to keep going back and checking and taking little bits off here and there. But we eventually got there. It just took a lot longer than I expected. But a bit of patience and dedication, we finally got a decent shape that matched the contour of the van. So I was pretty happy with the final product. Just inserting the locking mechanism for the door. So I've measured it out, smack bang in the middle. So now I'm just got to drill out a hole for the locking mechanism. Didn't come with a hole saw, so I just got to test to see if this is the right size. And that is why we do a test piece, because it's actually a little bit too big, which is not what we want. So I'm gonna have to try and find something a bit smaller. Yeah, so it's going to lay a bead of Sikaflex along here, one along the rim of the box, and I'll do a bit on the floor just to cure it a bit better as well. So let's go ahead and do that.
Let's do it. what we're doing now is we're just using some cling wrap and we're just gonna put it over the box so that way the dust or the dirt or whatever in the air won't stick to the white and make it go brown like can sometimes happen. So yeah, we're just gonna carry on doing that. Oh, I just got shot on. Ew.
Next one.
Ew, he shot me again! Right, this is it. Right, I want to move from this place.
Nah, that's your spot. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you found any value in this episode, hit that like button and subscribe. Helps the channel out, and we'll see you on the next one.